Hi everybody, I'm Stefan, and this video is going to be a quick recap of the Photoshop techniques that we used during the Photoshop workshop last week. So first we're going to create a new document. You can just choose the size of the document in pixels, but you can also choose the size in millimeters. In this case you also have to choose the right resolution. For documents that you're going to print, the standard resolution of 300 pixels per inch is usually good enough. Now we can import some images by dragging them into the canvas. Don't forget to click the check mark for each image. If dragging the images doesn't work, you can use File, Place. Now that we have these images, we can see two layers down here. We're going to convert them from smart objects to rasterized layers by right-clicking and selecting Rasterize Layer. In Photoshop, it's all about layers. You can turn the layers on and off by clicking on the eye icon. You can change the opacity of all layers by using the slider over here. You can also create some easy effects by changing the blend mode of a layer, for example to blend mode overlay, but we're not going to use that today. So now we're going to remove the background from the picture of the woman. We choose the quick selection tool to make a selection of the woman. The shoulder can easily be removed using this tool, so we make a good selection of the shoulder, but for the hair we are going to use a different tool to refine it, so the selection of the hair doesn't have to be very precise. If you have selected too much, you can click on this icon to change the tool to subtraction mode and deselect the stuff that we don't want. Now we click on Refine Edge. This brings up a dialog box. If the preview in the background looks different than on my screen, then you can just change it using the View mode. I like this mode best. Now we can use the Refine Radius tool to go along the edge of the hair to remove what was left of the background. If the brush size is too small, you can change it up here, or hold the Alt key on your keyboard and the right mouse button while moving the mouse to select the right size. Move up and down to change the opacity, or left and right to change the size. We first click on the background in order to sample the color that we want to remove, and then we move the cursor along the edge of the hair. In the case that you have a multicolored background, you can just click on the background multiple times, like this, and just again go along the edge of the hair. Now you see that we have a layer mask added to our layer. The white parts are visible, the black parts are invisible. The advantage of having a layer mask is that we can still change the adjustments that we made. So the background is still there, it's just invisible. If you select a layer mask and take a white brush, you can bring back the background. If you use a black brush, you can remove things you don't want. Now we can zoom in by holding the Alt key and scrolling our mouse and start retouching some unwanted things on our skin. For this we use the Spot Healing Brush tool. Again, you can change the size of this brush up here, or you can hold the Alt key and the right mouse button while moving the mouse to select the right size. Just click on whatever you want to be removed. For the tattoo over here, we need a different approach. We use the lasso tool to create a very rough selection, but make sure that every part of the tattoo is within the selection. Now click Edit, Fill, and choose Content Aware Fill, and click OK. For the bags under our eyes, we use the Clone Stamp tool. With this tool, you first have to sample a source by holding the Alt key and clicking on the part of the image that you want to sample. Then you let go of the Alt key and click on the part of the image that you want to change. Final thing that we showed during the workshop was how to do color correction. To do this, we click Layer, New Adjustment Layer, Curves. Here you can play around with this line until you have something that you like. You can also adjust only specific colors. This image, for example, has too much red and too little blue. And if you only want to apply this color adjustment to one layer, you can create a clipping mask by right-clicking the layer and choosing Create Clipping Mask. You can then create a separate adjustment layer for the background. There you go, a recap of the workshop from last week. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed it.